1, 2, 3. You have now joined the It Couple Podcast Show. Let me introduce our hosts, Laura and Xavier. Well, hello there, podcast world.
How's it going? So I guess today we have a bit of a very seasonal topic. We're talking about Halloween, and actually I guess we want to bring up a bit of our past times and what we've experienced from, when we were younger back today and what we would dress up as.
Yep. I don't really dress up anymore. It's not so fun for me, but I love seeing the different costumes and stuff like that. And of course, dressing up our daughter. I think
part of that also do with parenting. It's very rough to get, your kids, if you have more than one kids or a kid, dressed up and excited.
Targeting one.
Exactly. And then you have to get the spirit to I got to feel some of this.
Well,
occasion too.
Well, in all honesty, I love Halloween. I've always really loved it. It's always been one of my favorite holiday days. You didn't start the timer. It's always been one of my favorite holidays, and I love the atmosphere. And, I also love that in Florida, it kind of is also sometimes around that time that we get a little cooler weather. Not always. Sometimes it's still hot and humid on Halloween.
We did have a nice chill night, and maybe in the same time that other people were having snow. I heard over in Texas they were having some odd kind of weird snow thing going on.
Yeah, but no, we're hot and rainy still over here.
Yes, exactly.
We've had a couple of mornings of crispness, but it's funny. We get into 67 degrees and all the kids are bundled up going to school.
Oh, actually, yeah. Was it just that one morning? And I'm seeing people putting out the big jackets, the big giant duffel bag.
Only in Florida,
jackets.
man.
Oh my god.
Anyhow, so yeah, either way. So I love the atmosphere. I love the trick or treating part of it, the dressing up, the haunted houses and things like that, the spooky atmosphere. And but yeah, I don't really like dressing up myself, but that's probably because I don't really like attention. And when you dress up,
you don't
tend
like
to get
dressing
attention.
up.
I mean, no, I do. I like to kind of hide in the background. Don't notice me. I'm good.
Oh, okay. So your Halloween costume would be hiding.
Yeah, I would be a ghost. Invisible. I'm the invisible girl. There we go.
There you go.
That's my costume.
I'm exactly the opposite entirely.
Yes, very much so.
I don't really mind the attention. It's not exactly something I guess necessarily feed off of, but receiving positive attention is always welcoming to me. So so I guess for me, I would love to go all out on a costume. I think what the one I've been using most recently is a teddy bear with a
mask.
Yes, a very very sharp, it's noticeable teeth.
Bubble. I don't know what they call it. Animatronic type, I guess. Not
I got the mask. I think before that game came out. It's Five Nights at Freddy's, which every kid now says Five Nights at Freddy's when they wear the mask.
Yeah.
It just came.
What was it they said before that? There was another bear that they kept asking if you were that bear.
There was a game with teddy bears involved with these very horrible bears. But I can't think of. And then there was a movie not too long ago, but I know that it doesn't look anything like it. Anyway, if you go to my actual Instagram, you can see this bear. I posted not too long ago in case you're really curious of what this costume looks like. Basically, it's a bear, has sharp teeth when I open my mouth.
Yep.
But it looks all cute and cuddly, but it gets the most amazing shocks. I remember last time we were just walking around trick or treating with her daughter, and there's one guy, he was trying to make fun of, what the heck are you, a teddy bear? And I go, hey, and then he just jumps back.
He freaked out. It was pretty funny.
He wasn't expecting it to move.
A grown man too.
And I can see from his of everybody else trying really hard in their costume to be scary, and this guy just wears a teddy bear mask. Then I speak, and then the teeth show oh my God, like what the hell?
There's like blood on the teeth and things like that, you know.
Yeah. So like those reactions is kind of what maybe that's what feeds me into the season.
Well, you know, and last year was the very first year that our daughter expanded beyond just the Disney princess Halloween outfit.
Oh, yes.
And she actually was the creepy clown, like kind of like It, I guess.
Oh, and it's such a lovely, like the way her, like the eyes. I put like this one weird app where you can customize it, whatever. You can make it all animated. But it was so fun just to play with like all the pictures in her costume, which, you know, you can't do that with regular clothes. So like this is like the one holiday you can it's okay to take pictures, like a whole bunch of pictures of yourself, and then like put photo filters and all this other stuff. I mean, this is like the time to do it, you know, other than every other time we see people do it around the world.
Yeah, I think selfies are kind of a big thing right now.
All right, so let's get down to it.
Okay.
Best costume that you ever wore, and I think I already know the answer, of course, that you remember, your favorite costume. And this is one you're wearing, not the one you saw. Go.
Okay. Well, I guess my favorite one I ever wore, growing up, my mom she's very good with sewing and stuff like that. She might say otherwise, but she's very good with it. I could definitely say like the things that she's able to create, you know, not everybody can. I can't. I certainly can't. Anyhow, so she would, you know, we would always go to like Joanne Fabrics, and they have these like sewing, these costumes in a bag or dresses in a bag, but we would get the costumes. And so we would go there and we would get to pick out our costume and stuff. But there were some times where we were like, oh, well, we would actually like to be this. Anyhow, there was one year where I wanted to be Ursula from The Little Mermaid. And my mom made me, you know, an Ursula outfit. And I mean, it was, I loved that outfit. So I rocked it. I had the spray painted gray hair, and just in the way that Ursula wears it with the octopus, you know, arms coming out as kind of like it was around my waist and things like that, you know, and then I had these like cool little sneakers on, and, you know, I mean, it was probably not a very like upgraded kind of, you know, it was very homemade DIY kind of thing, but that was like my favorite. I loved rocking that. It was like I was the bad girl kind of thing. It was fun. I really enjoyed that one. So yes. I guess that was my favorite one.
I had a feeling that would be. Now, next one, not counting, of course, I know for me was actually, there was a Jack Skeleton costume, but I'm not talking about myself. And you were, and I cannot think of her name. Sally. That's my favorite. I seeing you as Sally. Of course, not that I think it would be kind of wrong that if I was more attracted to you, Ursula, since you were definitely, you know, below the age of consent.
Yeah, I think it might have been 6.
Oh yeah, that would be definitely illegal.
You didn't even know me then.
But Sally, definitely my favorite one to see.
Well, yeah, you were Jack and I was Sally, and God, what year did we even do that?
Don't even mention it. We don't even date ourselves here. Let's just go with it. It's been
quite a few years.
Just go with it. Goodness. So your favorite costume of you seeing someone else in it that maybe left an impression on you? Can you think of it? And this is for some reason always harder for everyone to answer.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be able to like pick out any in particular. I know like when I see them pass by, I'll be like, oh wow, that's really cool looking or whatever. But I don't remember them then after the fact.
Anything like sticks out, like there were like certain things, or just kind of like, yeah, it's a costume.
Yeah, most of the time it's just a costume. I guess like I notice the kids more than I do the adults. You know, so I you know, and that's probably because usually when I'm out and about, I'm trick-or-treating with our daughter, you know, so I'm like, I see all the kids and they're like these cute little outfits.
You're in mommy mode. And yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm not really looking at, you know, thinking about costumes, just whatever. It's like, yeah. I could say for me, I actually have an answer to this question.
Okay. Well, I figured that's why you asked the question.
Yeah, we have the Halloween Horror Nights, or is that what it's called here? Or for the Hollow Scream. I keep getting those mixed up. Yeah, the names are similar. They are.
They're very similar.
But the Hollow Scream here, when you go there, there's a lot of actors and zombie gear and whatnot. And one thing I think I love seeing the most is when you have the people on stilts. it may be the same raggedy, really cheap $20 costume, but you just add stilts to the equation and you just get that much more reactions. And like, that's one thing I would love to actually do on Halloween, even though it'll probably be a pain in the ass to walk around with stilts on.
Right.
But I would just love the reaction of this big walking, like there was like one creature, it was like a heaping pile of rags, and it could have literally just been a heaping pile of rags that's kind of moving around with stilts on the legs and the arms, and it's just like crawling around people as it moves across, and like that I found like really fascinating. And when I see like Halloween costumes, if I had to do like a full on like one costume that people can recognize, except for the saying stilts, because that's more of like a subgenre. I would say there was not Freddy Krueger. What's the guy with the claw and the ugly face? Is that Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
Or is that Jake? Yeah, that's Freddy. Yeah, Freddy Krueger. So there was a Freddy Krueger. I remember when I was like a kid, and this guy nailed it. Like he looked like him, and like this guy scared me in broad daylight. So this is before the Halloween that like kicked off. People are walking around. He was a friend. He came around and opened the front door, and there's freaking Freddy Krueger. And I was thinking, oh my god, this is too real. Like like he had the gloss on like the holes on the pits of his skin. He had like the glove was like store bought, whatever. But he had enough just to make me go, what the hell? Like this is too real. Like for this to be coming up, this be walking around in. So Freddy Krueger, I think I've seen someone just by how well they use the details of whatever they did to make their face look more like that. And the funny thing is, like when I saw him, he had this long hair, like I don't know, like just picture like a Barbie doll with long hair. He had this literally long, a hippie. He's a hippie. And with really long hair, and he just had like it in like the man bun, and then there's this Freddy Krueger character coming out of nowhere. So I didn't even expect him to be able to pull it off. And then like actually he spoke and like said, "Hey," and like, "Oh, whoa!" It's like a different total person is talking to you. So like that one is when I remember. It's like impressed it's in my brain. It's in my brain forever.
Yeah, I don't. I'm this entire time you've been talking, I've been trying to think of like one that stood out to me that I saw, but I have no idea. I can't think of one. I mean, even like I've been through so many haunted houses, and and I don't think I could like pick one out and be like, yeah, that one really got me.
There was my Darth Vader in a suit.
Well, I did like that one. Yeah, no, I loved your Darth Vader in the suit outfit. That was probably my favorite outfit you've ever actually worn.
Did the cha-cha slide.
Yes, I know. That was pretty funny. You were the hit of that trunk or treat.
Yeah, I had a lifesaver app on my cell phone, and it kind of went with the theme a little bit. That one I think was just fun. I just love that one. But and I think the trunk or treat scenario too just made it more fun. We haven't been in an environment where I could really utilize the teddy bear head thing situation. Yeah,
we pretty much just do the trick or treating with our daughter now. We love Halloween, but when you have a kid and then every Halloween so far is like landing on a weekday.
Yeah, you know what? Here's my gripe. I feel like I have a true gripe. I've had some awesome Halloweens back in the day, like epic, amazing Halloween. I
know. I was part of at least a few of those.
Oh yeah, I remember we was going out in club and whatever, and the best. Actually, the best costume ever. Totally different person because now I'm thinking about clubbing. This one person, lady, wore nothing but cards with what's called the wire that you use fishing rods with, whatever. And,
fishing line.
Yeah, fishing line, and that was it. Best costume ever. What was she? Didn't matter. She was wearing nothing but actual playing cards. I mean, okay, yeah, the stuff underneath.
I don't know.
There.
That really wouldn't
appeal to you.
Impress me.
You sure? But I mean, it was rather impressive at the time. It was it wasn't like it was a dress of cards. No, it was just like a line around and then a line down the front, line down the back.
I swear, like women's costumes, they are like getting shorter and skimpier every year. You know, it's like
yes.
I don't know.
We heard about the issue with they had the Handmaid's.
Yes. I heard about that one.
What is your opinion on it? I haven't asked you about that.
Honestly, I hate all of them. When they take like this outfit that's this cool, strong female outfit, or even like a Freddy Krueger outfit, or you know whatever, and then they take it and put it into a woman's thing, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't know, 80% less fabric. Like, it drives me nuts no matter what it is.
Now, here's what I get as on my man's side, like, mansplaining.
If you have Thor outfit for a man and then a Thor outfit for a woman,
sexy Thor,
right?
You don't get on a reversed world or role reverse Thor or something like that. You get sexy Thor. And maybe, let's say I'm a guy, why can't I be sexy Thor? Doesn't Thor already seem sexy to most people anyway? I mean, I want to be sexy Thor.
I guess.
So where you have too much sexy pirate, sexy, sheets. You can be sheets. I mean, everything is like something sexy. And there is a market for that because there are a lot of ladies that want to feel sexy.
And that's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, if that is what they want. But the thing is, when you go into the store and you go to the women's section, I mean, that's the majority of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think the majority of women are, I mean, like if you're a mom and you want to dress up, you can't dress up as that around your kids.
What you're supposed to do. No, this is what you're supposed to do. As someone explained on a YouTube video somewhere along the line, is you're supposed to shop in the male section because there's no rules that you can't wear male's clothes too. So if you want to get serious about your
bullshit. Utter bullshit. I'm not going to go shop in the... No, fuck you.
That's
whoever made that. No, fuck you.
Because if you can wear it just like a man.
No.
You can wear it just like...
I'm not a man. I'm a woman. And I want clothes that also, like, I would like. I'm not that I really wear costumes, but still, like, seriously.
Could that be a reason why you don't wear costumes?
Probably. I don't feel comfortable wearing, like, nothing.
I do feel like that there is that market where there should be like, as much as you have like your budget type version of costumes. Like I remember my cheapest costume I've ever had when I was a kid was this pirate costume. Literally, it was just plastic printed on like with inked on it. It could have been like this a cardboard box and probably be more expensive. It was just really this weird fabric that's printed on, and to be a pirate. And when I was thinking about it when we got it, I got home and this is this 7-year-old, Mr. Smith here thinking, I could have just worn some brown pants, an old t-shirt, and looked 1,000 times better than to wear this piece of crap.
Yeah.
But I say that just because if they have like that level, why can't they just have that level be like the neutral level? So, you pick your genre, which, actually I'm kind of nervous about people picking. Because I know there's what's it called? Black Panther. Mm-hmm. And as soon as a white kid wears Black Panther or whatever, and which I'm glad that hasn't happened yet, but I'm like expecting it to be a thing.
Of course it's gonna happen.
No. Please, as a black guy speaking on the subject, I just want to formally say we need that. We actually do need people to be more enthused for black superheroes to dress up at them, and for you not to pick on them for doing that, because that makes people not want to make comics, not want to make movies, not want to create characters or worlds for these characters.
Yep.
It makes people not want to, be very light-footed on touching on the topics.
If you want it to be socially accepted, you have to let them actually market it and wear it and
no, we're not saying allow blacks we go
blackface it's not necessarily in and of itself just about painting yourself black. Blackface is meant as you're doing it to demean the other person. It's I don't think painting yourself in and of itself should be considered the same thing as that. It's like something isn't racist unless you have the motive behind it, or it's not. I don't know.
There was like not too long ago. There was this group that like used the swastika as like a logo because originally the swastika was a symbol of peace or something like that. I don't care because it is not that symbol anymore. No. And history has changed that. And I do feel like that has happened to, like, in itself on looking like, oh, how is this harmless? But, since there's such like history has kind of damaged doing this simple act so much.
That's how the blackface is.
Exactly. So it's like, isn't itself harmful? Like, is the swastika self harmless? Yes, but you feel like you're gonna say such a like.
It's like the story.
But you don't want to do that.
Have you heard the story of the kid that wore the Hitler costume?
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Like, and the funny thing is, the mom's thinking like, oh, he just wanted to wear a costume and look cute on him, and and other people looking like, oh, what the heck is wrong with you? Don't.
In all honesty, I can see both sides to it. Like,
yes. I think that's important.
Is it good
too.
that like this kid is taking an interest in history and stuff like that? Yeah, because the way the history doesn't repeat itself is by us knowing it. Mm-hmm. Do you think this kid wants to grow up and be Hitler and do all? No. Yeah. He's interested in the character. It's in his mind,
he's just like a super villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and
which he was a real life super villain.
Yeah, exactly. People dress up as Joker all the time. And like, Harley Quinn. But
it's hard to compare them because one is fiction, not real. And, and the other one is he was very real.
Yeah. But the kid is literally going in school and learning. Yeah. So they haven't got to that chapter yet.
Yeah. I think like at that age, because I think he was like 10 or something like that. Like, he doesn't fully comprehend all of that yet.
Exactly.
It was like, I had a conversation with our daughter when 9/11, passed this time around. They were talking about 9/11, at school. And, now that she's 9, she's old enough where she kind of comprehended a bit more. And so she asked me questions about it.
It's always scary.
Yeah. She called it a war. And so it confused me for a while. Like, what war? Because yes, okay, a war kind of did happen. Iraq war did happen after the fact, but 9/11 in and of itself wasn't a war. It was an attack.
A horrible event. Yeah.
So it was interesting. It's interesting with kids how you have to like, you don't lie to them per se, but it's like they don't always comprehend things, and it's like as they get older they can understand a bit more, and you can give them a little bit more pieces to that puzzle.
Feeding them little information. Actually, the piggyback, I think we told the story even on the podcast before.
I do think that the mom probably should have like nipped that one in the bud, like this might not be a good idea, but
and maybe there's some chapters she missed too.
Maybe
but what
she's a teacher, so hopefully
boy, it's just I don't know what to do. But anywho, there was one other thing I want to touch on too with our daughter. We were watching we were in a hotel and we were watching some movie on there, Storks. We were watching Storks.
Oh yes.
And she liked the scene and she wanted to rewind to watch it again, and she couldn't.
Oh,
because this was cable, and we have long since cut the cord for most situations.
Oh my god, years.
Yes, but it was just kind of funny. Just kind of like it was when that moment hit. It was just like I time traveled into a separate dimension where someone didn't know about this technology. It's just like we had to wait. And through the commercials, we can't skip past those. Like, where's the skip? No skipping. No skipping. You just have to sit and suffer. But yeah, just going off on a tangent.
Completely went off topic there.
I just wanted to explain that. Kids getting information, they explore new worlds. So like, it's a different perspective. Anyway, going back onto our Halloween themed costumes, what are you looking forward to be dressing as this Halloween?
Nothing. I will be wearing clothes, normal mom clothes, I guess. I'm a mom. I don't know. I don't dress up. We already covered this. I don't really do that. I'm okay with not doing that. I'm okay with just kind of letting my very extroverted daughter do all that. I enjoy watching her, and then I just hang in the back and make sure that, you know, the candy that they're giving her is okay.
Which I think they did like a report on that and like largely debunked any of that because they found no cases of where they were actually poisoned, but people still believe it. But the good thing is since people increased awareness of it, this also prevented people from poisoning the candy anyway.
Man, I remember when I was a kid and, you know, we would go trick or treating and stuff like that. And, you know, and I would get all the candy and everything like that. There was one year where I got money instead of candy because apparently this person didn't go buy the candy or whatever. I was like, man, I want that more.
I would
I would so much rather have money than candy.
Could you imagine us being the guys like, oh man, well, I can buy candy, $500, here you go.
You know, I didn't get that much money. I think I like got $1 or something like that, you know. But no, I mean, and this person had a bunch of it, so they like put it in like these little baskets or something. I don't know, like they handed them out to kids, so they like were prepared to give them money, and they apparently didn't want to give candy. Like you see some that give out like toothbrushes and, you know, things like that. And in this day and age, like I see a lot of Halloween, like when I go to the store, you know, to buy things or whatever for the candy and stuff, there's a lot more than just candy available now, you know, because it's like, I mean, when you are going to 20, 30 houses, it's a lot of candy.
Yes. Oh,
I mean, I don't think we've ever finished all of our Halloween candy all year. We have it for a whole year and we still don't finish it.
Actually, you know, I think like as a kid too, I don't remember ever finishing all my Halloween candy either.
No, I don't remember either. It disappeared somehow after that first night.
But I do know this. I picked out my favorites. Yes, and I hid them in my sock drawer. So
we usually had a pillowcase when we went trick or treating. You know, that was kind of always our thing. And
we always had the McDonald's whatever bucket of the day they had.
Yeah, that sometimes too.
Yeah. There you go. Thank McDonald's for having carrying pouches for Halloween.
Yeah,
something. I mean, who knows what was going on there? But
I remember doing the pillowcase a few times too.
Pillowcase.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something special and that we're doing too. Just want to add that as we're coming to near the end of our my little counter here to keep us on schedule here.
Yeah, especially since you didn't start it till like we were already
into it. Bonus content. People want bonus content, babe.
They do?
Yes.
Says who?
Says the people, right? Just say that in the comments, please. What I want to tell people is that we are putting in we're putting in our absentee ballot. Is what we call it? What do you call it? Voting thing.
Mail-in ballots.
Mail-in ballots. There you go. So, and to put our votes in, and here's what we did, and maybe if you're on the fence for some reason, and please, you know, get a move on and hurry up.
Well, you can't do the mail-in ballots anymore. But they still have early voting and stuff, so you can go in and you don't have to wait till the actual day to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go now, at least in Florida.
Mm-hmm. So, what you can do, and this is what me and Laura did for a few minutes. We've heard a few names tossed around. We've seen the ads.
We have a pile. I mean, literally a pile of the stuff that's come in our mail.
Ads and stuff like that. So what we did is we actually listened to a few of these guys from if they had like, you know, some kind of an interview or a conference.
Yep, we Googled them.
Yeah, to kind of get our personal impression of what, you know, what we feel out. It's you'll never have 100% of the information.
No.
But, you know, these aren't like, you know, your Donald Trumps, your Hillarys, or whoever else is out there. Those guys are like on another level of fandom, and you'll just accidentally bump into information about them.
Yeah, but the ones we're voting for now actually have a more direct impact on our lives. You know, the senators, and, you know, the governor, and, you know, I mean, whatever. Like we're voting for like agriculture and sheriff, and you know, and like things like this, and like they have a direct impact on our lives and where we live.
And we actually can, from like what we did in less than like 5 minutes, we can actually get like, a quick video. Hear what they say. Hear if we like them, because it's realistic.
Like the agriculture one, I was actually shocked. Like, I didn't realize they were in charge of so many things.
Yeah. I mean, this
I was like, wow, they are actually quite important. And usually I just kind of like...
And they were in a little debate, which was kind of cool. Yeah. They had a little debate, and I don't know. I don't want to give my vote away, but I can say that it was a really good video, and I hope that other people watch it, watch their own, and get an idea of what's going on in the world. But do a little research. If people complain like, "Oh, what if people do the research?" There's Google right
that's
here.
That's why I like the mail-in ballot, because like we can actually have it in front of us and do the research. Where instead, like, I mean, when you go into the poll, like, what do you have to do? Bring a whole sheet with you so remember which ones that you like want to vote for.
Exactly. Studying like, I brought my cheat sheet, so my answer is this, and this.
Yeah.
And that would be the proper way to vote, which is still insane.
Yeah.
I think is it Britain or Europe or somewhere else? They can do it online. So they have all the information right there, and just go in there. Which one do I like? Let me go look at this.
Well, I feel like even if they don't do that, like even if they just give us the mail-in ballots, like maybe give a computer so that they can like search, for, so they know who the heck these people are. Yeah, like right there at the poll. It's like do a quick search, like you're at the library, like
I can imagine there'll be like much less legislation to prevent that from happening. Yeah. But which is very odd, but who knows? But
just because an informed public is a dangerous public.
I know. So empower yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you.
Although don't believe everything that's on the internet, except us. We're true. Listen
from them directly. If there's one thing that's true, is that people have a message that they want to say. So there's your at least why I kind of see it. There's something that they want to say about themselves. Take that as a note. If you like what you hear from what they want to say about themselves, lying or otherwise, usually the one thing that's consistent, if they think they're this and this and this, they'll say it.
When it comes to people who are giving an interview, you are
they're going to say their best side of themselves.
Yeah, they usually do. So you have to like learn to read between the lines and kind of like pick out like, those moments. That's why it's good during debates or interviews if you try to rile them up a little bit, because then when you ruffle somebody's feathers, you tend to see them.
Because a lot of times they'll answer with not saying things, or there's things that's missing.
I know, where you're like, wait, they didn't even say anything.
oh yeah, actually that was like one where it was like, that was a whole lot of nothing.
I know.
It was well explained, beautiful nothing, but it was a whole lot of nothing.
It's something that's taught in debate. Like, literally when you learn about debate, you learn how to do that whole like circle thing. So you actually say absolutely nothing.
Well, here's what I think the real communication should be about. I don't like squirrels. And this squirrel has been actually taking over our country in ways that we just cannot stand anymore. And I feel like that's how it's like.
Well, they keep taking my nuts.
There you had to take it there, didn't you? You just had to take
I'm sorry.
You just had to take it there.
I couldn't resist. Squirrels and nuts and whatever. Anyhow, so our timer's up.
All right. Well, I hope you guys like this. And as I said, she's Laura's definitely back, and I haven't heard anything about that last one, so I don't know. I may be avoiding some VR podcasts for a while though. But it was you haven't heard it, have you?
No, I don't listen to our podcast.
You are horrible at self-promoting here.
I do the podcast. I create it. Why would I listen to it?
I guess that technically you are part of every episode.
Right?
Except for the ones that you're not in.
I know.
You haven't had an episode without me, actually. I've been on every episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So I guess eventually you'll need to have one without me. And I do know the perfect guest for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, but we're not going to say it now. We're going to build up to it. So let other people kind of build their excitement for this special guest. And also build some momentum in case this guest doesn't happen. Then I didn't tell you anything. But anyway, this has been our time. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, take it easy.
See ya.